Hi everyone, my name is Oscar Morataya and I am the founder of EasyDoItYourselfRemodel.com. And if you want to learn more about us, you can visit us on snap.co website and click on the About Us link. So in this video, I want to talk about plumbing basics, and I think it is important for any do-it-yourself homeowner when they're getting started to learn about the basics before they move on to doing more complicated stuff. And it's important because you may want to hire someone, and you want to make sure that they're doing it right, and you also want to have a good conversation with them instead of being at a disadvantage and not know what they're talking about. So I'm going to create about 5 videos. The first one is going to be created this week, and the next one is going to be released next week. And in this first one, we're going to talk about the main components that plumbing has in your house, and you're going to be able to see inside your walls where to expect things. So it's going to be really nice for you to learn this. So make sure that you join us for the entire video. So here is a model of my house, and one of the main things that I learned is that your water meter may sit outside your house, and the distance from the street to the house has a lot to do with the water pressure that you have in your house. So I want you to be aware of it. I want you to learn that today, and in the next video I'm going to show you how it plays a major role in it. So in this example, I have mine. It's actually 100 feet from the house. So that's a pretty large distance. So go outside to your house and try to identify how far away your water meter is from your house. Okay. So I'm going to go into the house. So this pipe is typically 3/4 of an inch, and you're responsible for it. Anything on the other side of this water meter, your public company is responsible for. So I'm going to go into doityourselfremodel.com, and I'm going to look at the model that I created, the drawing, the floor plan, whatever you want to call it, of the house that I created, and show you how it is all connected. Now you can create, for free, you can create your own floor plan. So let me go in here. Let me get out of here. And this is a walking feature that we have added. So notice, if I move to the left here, so notice that the water meter is 100 feet, and then it goes to the main water valve. And if you don't remember what diameter this is, what you need to do is look at the text here. It will remind you what that is. So do-it-yourself EasyDoItYourselfRemodel.com has all these nice pieces of information built into the floor plan of your house, so you can look it up. So this main water valve is the main shutoff valve for your entire house, and you have to know where it is in case you have an emergency. Another piece of information that you may want to know is a cleanout. You may have a cleanout near the where the water enters the house. You may have a cleanout. This is your drain going sort of out of your house. You may have another drain, you may have another cleanout outside the house, somewhere near the house, that you could use to unclog the drain. so you may want to be familiar with that as well. So another thing is the distance, the entire distance from your water meter to the fixture that is the farthest away from the water meter has to be within a certain distance, or your water pressure is going to drop. So let me talk about that a little bit more. So when this water enters your house, it is going to go immediately to the water softener if you have one. Okay? If not, it will go directly to the water heater. So that may be one of the things that you are already familiar with. Let me kind of move it around a little bit here to show you. So it will go directly from the main water valve to the water heater. Okay, it's gonna go in. And this pipe is also most likely 3/4 of an inch. It could be more. It could be 1.25 inch, but most likely will be 3/4 of an inch. So it's gonna go in here. It's gonna go into the water heater, and then it will go back up, and it will go to all the fixtures in your house. Now, if you have a water softener, it's kind of interesting because, you know, if you ever decide to get a water softener, make sure that you know where they're gonna install it. Like, don't assume that they're gonna install it in the right location, because in my case, you know, my water enters the house way on this wall, and then my water softener is actually in this utility room. So it's kind of far away from the main valve. And so my water travels to the water softener, and then it comes back and goes to the water heater. That is not very efficient. So if you ever get a water softener, be sure that they put it somewhere between your main water valve, and they put it between the water heater. It should not be far away. Definitely not. So that is something that they did probably incorrectly in my house for whatever reason. I don't know. That was before I bought the house. So the next thing that you need to be aware, so the water heater has to be possibly very close to where your bathrooms are. So in my case, also, my bathrooms are upstairs on the first floor, and they're very near this area. So it's very close. So that is very important because you want hot water to get to those places very quick. So we're going to talk about water supply lines later. In this case, we're just going to talk about the main components and I hope that you're patient to watch the entire thing or watch the next video. So let me say, what else do we go? So we got the water heater, and another main component that you need to know where it is, and you should record this so that you can go build your own floor plan with this application. So the other thing that you need to know is the main stack. So I'm gonna go into my utility room. I'm gonna go into my utility room here. Okay, it is right here. Now this is not drawn the way that I would have liked. We're still working on the drain here. So ignore some of the bad plumbing fittings for a second. So what the main stack is where all the water that runs from your toilet, tubs, sinks, all that all connect to the main stack. And the main stack will go into the ground like you see here. And it will go up to the first floor if it is in the basement, and it will go up through the roof of your house. So if I go out, if I exit this, if I hide everything, let's just hide everything for 1 second. So notice that my main stack, it's actually going through the roof. So air goes into the house through the main stack, and it vents each one of the fixtures that you have. So all those fixtures that you have, any vanity that you have in your bathrooms, air has to flow through the main stack to those locations. And so as you pour water down the vanity bowl and it goes into the main drain, air is flowing down through the pipes, and that allows it to flow properly. So I wanted to show you, you can go to the attic. If I put back my first floor, you can go to the attic and find out where this main stack is. And you want to find that out because you want to sort of like measure the location. And using the videos that I'm going to post on the top right corner of your video, you will be able to draw the main stack as well. Okay, so you want to draw that because it kind of dictates where everything is in your house. So let me give you an example. So I'm gonna unhide the ceiling of the first floor. Notice that my main stack will be right behind a toilet, most likely. And the reason for that is that you want to drain the toilet into that main stack. So it is so every toilet has a drain that is 3 inches in diameter. And so you want to be as close as you can to that main stack. So this is your main pipe that gets air into the house and water down out of the house. And then you're going to have connections to all the vanities. The air is going to connect to all those vanities. That is called the vent system of your house, by the way. And whatever is after the vanity or the fixtures, that is sort of like the drain system of your house. Okay, so you need to draw this accurately to kind of enable you to see where pipes are in your house. So be aware that when you're nailing things right behind a toilet, you need to be aware. You need to be aware that you're not gonna puncture the pipe, this pipe. You don't want to do that. Also, if you are nailing something in the bathroom, this is a more proper bathroom, but if you're nailing something out here above the vanity, you don't want to nail into or screw into this vent pipe either. Okay, so you need to be aware. So I would recommend to learn where these components are, and draw that with our website easydoityourselfremodel.com, so that you are aware where everything is. Okay, so that is one major component that I wanted to talk to you about. And let me see what other components I have. Let's see. Let me bring this up here. So as homework, I'm going to give you homework before we get to the next video. What I would like you to do is learn create a 2D floor plan of your house. So the water softener for my house is here. You want to look at the utility sink, where it is, where the washing machine is, where the water heater is, and then go draw it. So you need to know where the water meter is outside your house, what the main water valve is for your house. This is the water softener. This is the water heater. This is the cleanout that I show you by where the water enters the house. And then here's the attic. In case you wanted to know where in the attic it is, you can model how things are connected in the attic as well. Now here's an example of my main stack, and I wanted to show you this. This is the work that a contractor did and that I had to redo because I didn't really like how they did it. So for example, you know, your house is if it is as old as mine is, you're gonna see gray PVC pipe. And what you should be doing as you remodel, as you find leaks, what you should be doing is replace the old PVC pipe, replace all this. And when you want to connect a new fixture, let's say, you want to replace the entire thing so that you don't have to redo it later. So, you know, in this case, the contractor was trying to avoid, I mean, he did a lot of things wrong, but he was trying to avoid having to replace certain segments of the main stack. And so that is actually hurting you, because in the future, this piece will break, and guess what? You're gonna have to redo a section of the new stuff that you did before, because you can't really replace this gray area by itself. You can't really replace it by itself if it starts leaking for whatever reason. So therefore, you know, when you hire a contractor and your house is 30 years old and they're gonna break into your main stack, make sure that they replace the entire thing, the entire segment, not portions of it. It is so cheap. PVC is so cheap that I think there is no excuse to do it. The labor cost is more expensive. So anyhow, another example that I can tell you is I remove a toilet. It was right here, and the main stack was here, you know, and I have another toilet down on the right. So if I would have known when this work was being done the first time, I would have asked them to replace part of the main stack because it is getting old. I already had a leak here before. So I would have replaced all the bottom section of 2 toilets, and I would have run it right above the joist, probably, as opposed to below the joist where it looks ugly. So, you know, things like that, we're gonna try to model them with our application. We're gonna try to model them with our application, like so here. And we're gonna show you how it can be maintained above the joist, the bottom of the joist. so that you can put drywall underneath it and it looks very professional. So just because you hire someone, it does not mean that they're gonna do it right. And that is the intent of this app that we're building, easydoityourselfremodel.com. It is to help you be more aware and informed about how good plumbing and remodeling should be done. Okay. So let me go back here. Find out, where your cleanouts are, or where a test T is. Like if you want to test the pressure in the plumbing system, you can do that. Find out where the utility sink is, the location of it, and so on. And come back and draw this diagram that I have here, and you can model it. You can model it using easydoityourselfremodel.com, and be aware where you can expect pipes to be, and you're not going to be nailing into them or doing the wrong thing. So I hope you liked the video. I will come back next week and talk about the size of each one of these pipes, of the vent pipes for each one of the fixtures, and you're gonna learn a lot more. So thank you for watching.